So first things first, it's 2019. We've got a couple of big events coming up. Got Nationals in a week, and we've got Lead for the weekend after. So as you'll see here, there's a hole in the garage. So the Haltech sponsored JRCOZY is missing at the moment. It's gone off to get serviced, have all its oils and spanner check done. I quite like to get this done by professionals before a big event like this. As you'll see, I've got a new addition. This is Dobby. Dobby's our Italian greyhound. She likes to do stretches mainly and try and help out in the garage. Dobbs, what you doing? Anyway, so yeah, the car's missing. That car's actually with Dustin at D&G Automotive at the moment. Yeah, he's got such a great history when it comes to Targa events and rally cars, and I just decided now that I don't live in Pukekohe anymore, it would be a good time to use someone a bit closer. So used to get all my servicing done through Rally Art, through Bill and Choice. They're amazing to deal with. They always looked after me. Yeah, so it's just a distance thing really, where I just need to look and go somewhere else. So that car's off with Dustin for the week, which gives me this empty space to work on this car, which we haven't seen for a while. So this empty space will be a bit of a privilege for once. And yeah, we'll oh my god, Dobby, you're like actually in the engine bay. Come on, get out of there, you'll get oily and greasy. Come on, what's this? You wanna play with this? Go get that. So yeah, Dustin's got the car. It'll go from Dustin. So I actually work in quite close to where Dustin's workshop is, so I can pop in and check on the car during the week, anything he needs. Also, basically, I can take the car from his shop straight to ASB for Nationals. So yeah, this space here will stay empty for me to use for the week. Then I'll go to Pukekohe on the Saturday night. Stay with a friend out there. Got those two events coming up, but what I really want to focus on is this. This is what we need to focus on. This is what 2019 is going to be about. I'm going to bring JR back. So this is JR VO2 version 2.0. It was a huge push at the start of 2018 to get this car back together and get it unveiled at Nationals 2018. I honestly nearly killed myself doing it. It was just insane with the amount of work that we put in 3 weeks. You know, not just throwing the car back together, like putting it back together cleanly and nicely. It was just insane. Absolutely insane. I did it in Pukekohe, I did it at Pro Sport Auto in their shed, and yeah, he was the man for helping me out over that time, and everyone else involved. Obviously Caleb, our painter, he had the car the whole time while I was away, and he had it all ready for me. I just had to shoot down and pick it up as soon as I got back into the country. So yeah, last year it was sort of, let's get this car back together and let's turn it into a street car. Which I did. I got it running on back on pump gas, and I got it all road legal again, warrant rego of course, authority card, everything back up to date. Everything was great, but yeah, I just didn't really use it with how busy everything is, also having 2 cars. I thought that I'd be using this car on the weekends, I thought I'd be using it on Sundays, and I just didn't use it. So my love with this car has always been drag racing. So that's why we decided that we would go back to drag racing. So started making some plans. First of all, we decided that we'd refresh the motor. Everything was looking good. Number 1 cylinder, 2, 3, everything was looking great. And then number 4, we found that number 4 had actually leaned out and damaged the piston. So that kind of escalated things real quickly. I didn't want to just like put another set of pistons in, so I actually put that motor on hold and I put it to the side. What I then did is I dug that motor, dug a spare engine out that I had, spare VVT engine that we'd bought probably 5-6 years ago. And we had a video on this channel on YouTube about me disassembling that engine. So we pulled that apart back then, and it's just been sitting waiting since. So yeah, we pushed go on that, just running in the background. We were looking to try and get it all done before Nationals this year again, but I just decided that these pushes and these rushes just aren't really the best things for the car. Like, yes, the car gets done and you all get to see it, but it's not really the best thing for the car. The car should really be to the standard of what I want it, so we can actually get out and do what we should be doing, which is drag racing. So back to it. Actually, if we go around here, this is actually the engine that I ran for like 4 years in C2 racing. So anyone out there that raced against me in C2, well, this is it. It was a pretty standard engine. It had forged pistons and different rods, but it was a pretty standard engine. So yeah, we were surprised at how well it went. But yeah, this new one that we've got, it's a serious engine, so everything's sort of stepping up a level, we hope. So the purpose of this video actually was sort of just to let you know what our plans are. So our plans are to build a drag car, version 3 of JRCOZY. So that's our plan. But yeah, there's a bit of work, as you can see. I really wanted to make the Foreign Rotary Nationals drag day early March. I'm still not counting myself out yet. I might turn up in my old street setup. Maybe if the engine goes in time, I might run on my old C2 dot slicks, because it's legal for that. I haven't ridden that off yet, but again, I'm not going to push and chase just to get it done for that event. I'm just going to see if it happens or not. Because yeah, we got bigger things going on. We want to run this car. You know, it's done 10.7.9 before. We want to run this car with full slick tyres and running like deep into the 10s and run deep into the 10s every pass. So there's C8 drag racing. That class was huge when I was younger. That class had probably 10-12 cars in it, and yeah, it you know, 10-second cars, some 9-second cars. I did see some 9s in C8 once. But basically it was the fastest boys all racing against each other, and the fans got to see some good racing. They got to see exactly what they came for, some fast times and fast cars racing against each other. Not 10-second car in one lane and 15-second car in the other. Actual 10-second cars, you know, playing with each other on the lights, racing each other, proper racing for import drag cars. So I want to re-establish that. There's some stuff going on in the background. I've set up a group with some of the racers that would be eligible for that class. So yeah, there's some interest. I'm taking it upon myself to make it happen. I wanna revive that class. What I need to talk about is you've seen from some of my posts that I've purchased some drag wheels from America. So while I was traveling in America over late December 2018, I went to a import drag racing workshop over there, sell a lot of secondhand stuff from some of their race cars, and managed to do a deal. So I've got some like full drag racing wheels turning up, full drag racing slicks. I don't want to show anyone them yet. It'd be quite hard to film while I'm setting it up on the car as well, but I just want to make sure that that's the one thing that's hidden until we unveil the car all finished. So I've got them now. They're on, well, I've purchased them, sorry. So they're on their way over. They're coming over in a container. MRP sorting that out for me. So we got that part sorted, we got the engine sorted, we got the gearbox sorted. The only problem we have, and to be honest, I didn't really want to tell too many people about this, but this new style that I'm going for this year, I'm just going to let it slip. Basically, we got a problem with the car, the chassis. Got a problem with the chassis. So the chassis doesn't comply to IHRA. Chassis is not really the right word, but it's more the roll cage. So the roll cage is Motorsport New Zealand. The car was built in 2008, so it was compliant to the specs back then, which Motorsport New Zealand let you continue to do club sport, race or rally with. But yeah, it doesn't comply to IHRA. So, you know, Mary and IHRA have been really great, been in talks with them. It's also about trying to work out what cars we can get into this class that I want to re-establish. And yeah, I just want to make sure that, you know, the car has to be safe. Completely understand safety first. I work in construction and safety is like the #1 thing. So the car has to be safe. I'm not asking for them to just sign off on my car the way it is. I want to work with them and make sure we understand if there's any sort of ways that we can make this, what I've got, work. Yeah, but at the moment it doesn't comply. So at worst, dog just nicked off with a sponge. Oh my god, luckily it's an old one. She's gonna tear that thing apart. Actually, we should go get that. Dobby, what have you got? Oh my god. You're insane. Sorry about that. So yeah, we need to make sure that, yeah, you play with those ones, not this one. We need to make sure that it's safe, and we need to make sure that everyone's on the same page. But yeah, basically the roll cage tube is too small because it was compliant in its time, and it's not compliant now. So everyone knows the car. Like, the cage is beautiful and painted. It's actually the only part of the car that I didn't really manage or do. I bought the car as a running car, just a red one, back in 2007. And it had the cage already in it, quite, you know, like surface rust and whatever you can imagine. So yeah, and it wasn't even homologated. So that was the first thing. Like, I'm pretty good when it comes to paperwork. I got the homologation done straight away, made sure everything was right, and that we could actually build this into what we wanted to build. So it's authority card, it's road legal, 100% right now. Everything's good, but yeah, it just doesn't comply to IHRA. So yeah, it's a real hard one. Like, they're working on it at the moment. We just have to weigh out what we're going to do. Am I going to put the engine back in as is? I can't technically run the car in C8 without a IHRA tech inspection pass. So maybe we run it in C2 again just for a little bit with the new motor, just to get back to where we were. But then it's a lot of work to take the engine out again, and send the car away, and, dare I say it, have the cage cut out and replaced. Like, I'm cringing thinking of that. Like, looking in this thing, this is my baby. Like, of the two cars, this is my baby, and yeah, I'm cringing, absolutely cringing thinking about that. But rules are rules. They're there for our safety, so we just gotta work together and see what the outcome is. And yeah, communication is key. Let's just see what we can do, and yeah, plan and get it sorted. Maybe it's got to come out, I don't know yet, but yeah, I'm not going to hide from it. If it has to come out, it has to come out, and that's what we'll do. Don't know what we'll do with colour. Obviously there's be a lot of damage from cutting it out and replacing it, so maybe the colour maybe the whole inside will get painted again. I just don't know. I know that Caleb will probably help me out as always, but he's a busy man too, so if you're watching this, Caleb, yeah, we might need to make some plans, bro. So yeah, that's where we're at with the car at the moment. Got these new hubs here, 4-stud for my new wheels, so all 4 wheels will be 4-stud in version 3 when we drag it. Yeah, I think that's probably enough for the introduction to version 3 and the mess. So I'll probably spend this afternoon cleaning up. These are all the bits from, everything's labelled and packed away and in bins from when we did the strip. Dobbs. Yeah, normally everything sits up here. Look, here's everything waiting to go back together. It's just been waiting. Obviously with the motor getting built. So yeah, very good. Obviously I'm going to have a long job of editing now, which I'm not used to, but that's cool. Yeah, cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll start using this camera a lot more and filming as I actually work on the car. And yeah, it's, hopefully you guys, some of you take some inspiration out of it and just get stuck in, because that's all you can do. Just get stuck in, give it a go, and the more you do it and the more mistakes you make, the more you'll learn from it, and then yeah, you'll before you know it, you'll be surprised with the skill set that you actually have. So yeah, very good. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you when I get the next video done, when we're actually working on the car.
You gotta be kidding me.